Hello, my name is Amber Smock, and I am the Director of Advocacy at Access Living. Today I want to tell you about an important issue in Congress that affects Medicaid. 70 million people in the United States have Medicaid. Some are kids, some are people with disabilities, some are people with low income, some are veterans, and some are senior citizens. However, right now, Congress is talking about changing the way that the federal government contributes money to Medicaid. They want to cut Medicaid using either block grants or per capita caps. Imagine if your friend tells you they will give you money to go out for dinner for your birthday. You can go anywhere you like. Then they give you $5. $5, that's not enough, right? Then they tell you, oh, next year, I'll give you $4. And then the year after that, they'll give you $3. And that's not enough for a good birthday dinner, right? That's how Congress wants to cut Medicaid. So what is a Medicaid block grant? The federal government funds Medicaid programs that serve different kinds of people. A block grant is a way to combine all the Medicaid programs that go to each state. Block grants are specifically intended to cost less money than the amount that you need to keep up with program growth. The first year, you would experience a cut to Medicaid funding. Each year, you would get less Medicaid funding. States would also have the ability to change Medicaid eligibility and change benefit coverage. The states could also make these changes faster because they would not have to get federal approval. And federal requirements that disability advocates have fought for, such as the definition of community, would be gone. What is per capita cap? A Medicaid per capita cap is when the federal government would set up a limit on how much money to give each state for different kinds of Medicaid recipients. The payment to each state would reflect how many people use Medicaid in that state. This amount would increase only slightly each year. It would not keep up with how much Medicaid actually costs. Again, states would have the ability to decide who was eligible for different kinds of services or what benefits they could receive. And again, federal requirements could disappear. So don't be fooled. These Medicaid changes are Medicaid cuts. Key problems with Medicaid block grants and per capita caps. There's 5. Loss of coverage by Medicaid. 14 million people could lose coverage. Billions of dollars cut from Medicaid. Over time, funding will be cut more and more. Doctors, hospitals, agencies who accept Medicaid could get cut up to 30%. States can make it more difficult to qualify for Medicaid services. They can also slash the benefits that you already have. Elimination of federal rules that have been put into place to protect people with disabilities and make sure they have access to health care. State governments cannot handle running programs now handed down by the federal government. Finally, no state has the funds to make up for the loss of federal Medicaid money if block grants or per capita caps happen. So finally, we need your help. Please call your member of Congress at 202-224-3121 today to tell them no block grants, no per capita caps. People with disabilities and deaf people need you to protect Medicaid now.